When you first go climbing, you might be introduced to this sort of harness. This is it's called an alpine style harness, and is usually used by centres because they're very cheap. You can see that they're just made of webbing. They have a loop at the top, which means it's slightly uncomfortable when you're climbing because the rope is often here in your tummy area. This harness has got old-fashioned buckles that have to be doubled back to make the harness safe. You can get these style of harness now with ziplock buckles. They're not very comfortable. They're certainly not designed for lead climbing. So if you do buy one of these and you start to lead climb, you must get rid of it. So sit harnesses comes in all shapes and sizes. There are lots of different companies. There's Black Diamond, there's Petzl, there's Eldorid. The list is endless. I've got a few examples here to show you. This is a very well padded Black Diamond harness. This is a women's fit, and it has ziplock buckles, which are easy to release, easy to tighten. This one also has ziplock buckles on the leg loops. The advantages with having adjustable leg loops is if you want to wear it in the winter, or if you want to wear it when it's a bit colder and you want to wear thicker trousers, then they're adjustable. But you can see how thick the padding is, and it means it's going to be very comfortable when you're got a tread rack on there. You've got 4 gear loops with that one. The next one is a slightly lighter version. You can see that it's got a lot of cutaways in the back, and it's not quite as thick padding, and it's also shaped to suit a body rather than this one, which is a little bit chunky. We've still got 4 leg loops at the back. We've got adjustable leg loops as well with ziplock buckles, but the thing is actually about half the weight. And then the final one we've got is a latest harness by Petzl, which is a Petzl sitter harness. And this hardly weighs anything at all. And the idea behind this, it's even got bits of elasticated string at the back to make it even lighter. It's got the front gear loop has been divided in 2, so it's basically giving you 3 leg loops each side, not leg loops, gear loops each side, which means you can sort your gear much easier. Because it's light, you could also use it as a sport harness. So how do we know whether a harness fits us? Well, we pop the legs through and slide it up, and we take it right the way up to the waist, so it's where the belly button is. Tighten it up, and then we have to fit it through all the guides that are there. This is an integral part of the harness. A lot of people forget to do those up, but you need to do those up. These leg loops are elasticated and they're non-adjustable, but there is a little bit of give in there. I could still wear thicker trousers and wouldn't have to worry about adjusting the harness at all. So is it a good fit? The front part of the harness should correspond to the back loop. They should be directly opposite. If they're not directly opposite, the harness is either too big or too small, and it depends on which way it fastens as to which way that is. But it is easy to understand, because if all this is gone and it's still too loose, then it's obviously too big. Whereas when you've done it up tight and it's like this, then it's obviously too small for you. And it might be sometimes that you might have to wear a chest harness, particularly if you have extra pounds in the middle. But it should be comfortably tight, so that you can get a palm down here, but not a fist. So it's comfortably tight. And it depends on whether you're going to use it for sport, indoor, outdoor trad as to what type of harness you get. And it's worth doing lots of research before you purchase it, and it's better to try them on. If you get them online, then it's better to try as many as you possibly can on to feel what's right for you.